Howdy! Let me ask you a quick question before we get to today's video. Have you ever found yourself counting or worrying about calories? If you answered yes, then this video is for you.
Someone once described calories to me as tiny creatures that live in your closet and sew your clothes a little bit tighter every night. Now, I have to be honest and admit, when I started out on my weight loss quest, I had absolutely no idea how many calories were in certain foods, and frankly, I didn't really care. This was a massive mistake on my part. It was only when I began to understand the amount of calories in the food I was eating that I was able to take the correct action. Let me say one thing before I go any further. There is absolutely no need to obsess over calories when losing weight. What is important, however, is to be somewhat knowledgeable about the amount of calories in certain foods. This especially helps when you do your fast days. It has never been easier to gain an understanding of calories than it is today. You can go online and type in how many calories are in an apple and you will get an answer. The easiest way if you are starting out though is to download one of the many apps that are freely available for smartphones. The one I personally use is called Livestrong. The only reason I use this one is because it was the very first one I tried out and I found it very straightforward to use. Another one that receives great reviews in the App Store for both iPhones and Android phones is one called Calorie Counter and Diet Tracker by myfitnesspal.com. In a future video, I will show you how to use both apps. It really doesn't matter which one you use at all. I just highly recommend you download one and try one out, especially when you are starting out. They really are incredibly helpful. After a few months, you won't need to use them as you will have a fairly good idea of the amount of calories you will be consuming. For men, the recommended daily calorie intake is 2,500 calories, and for women, it is 2,000 calories. If you were to ask someone how many calories they think they consume on a daily basis, 90% of people will actually underestimate the number. To prove this point, let's play a game for a second. Imagine that you were in McDonald's and that you ordered a Big Mac, medium fries and large Coke. How many calories do you think you've consumed? If you were to ask me that question, I'd honestly answer about 800 calories. The truth is actually closer to 1,250 calories, and that's before the McDonald's staff try and supersize you. If you go for the supersize option, you can add on another 250 calories straight away. Hopefully, you can now see why it is important to have an understanding of calories. At the end of the day, it is very straightforward. If your body burns more calories than you consume, then your body will go into fat burning mode. You need to burn more calories than you eat. This does not mean that you have to spend hours doing exercise or joining a gym. Exercise obviously helps, but the real secret is the foods that you are eating, which we will look at in the next section. What is important, as you will see, is what, when, and how much you eat. It is also important to learn to listen to your body in the sense that you should eat slowly and stop when full. This is simple enough to do when you follow the nutrition planner that I will talk about in an upcoming section. In the next section, I'm going to cover the different proteins you should eat at every meal.
First, right now, what I would love you to do is to scroll down, hit that like and hit that share button because everyone loves to get likes. And then what I really want you to do is to scroll down and leave a comment. I want to hear from you. How is this going to impact your life? I'd love to hear how you're going to implement these tips within your life to get fit and healthy? I'd really love to hear that. I'm going to be reading every single comment personally myself, and I'll be responding to as many as I can. So just scroll down right now, go ahead and leave a comment.